There have been a couple times where she seems to be cracking a joke, trying to get a reaction from the jury, and our reporters in the room have noted that the jury hasn't seemed to respond
No, they're
to
taking
that.
their job seriously.
Her responses were disastrous. I mean, do you hate Donald Trump? Yes, of course she does.
Welcome back to Tracking That, a channel where we try to track what liberals are saying, but end up not being able to as usual. And in this video, we have CNN even admitting that the Stormy Daniels hush money trial has completely bombed. So Trump, who served his country so honorably for 4 years starting in 2016, was brought with a 34-count felony indictment for something that happened before his presidency, during the 2024 election season. Yeah, this sounds barking mad, but welcome to taking election interference up a notch, on a case they argue was election interference by Trump paying Stormy Daniels to not talk about their alleged affair to undermine the integrity of the 2016 election. I know, I'm losing brain cells just talking about it. The jury in Donald Trump's criminal trial heard detailed testimony from Stormy Daniels about a one-night stand in 2006. Details like not using a condom, stuff that has nothing to do with what Trump is actually being charged with. She was told to have cracked jokes during her stand, which is completely inappropriate for a serious case, and allegedly the jurors were turned off by that. She was asked if she wanted Trump to go to jail, and she said absolutely. She said yes without hesitation when Trump's defense asked if she tweeted Trump was an orange turd. All these sort of things just make you lose credibility. So Trump's team tried to get a mistrial because of all the verbiage that she used. Trump's attorney argued that the testimony was not relevant to the case and could prejudice the jury. And of course, the judge denied it. Quote, "There were some things that probably would have been better left unsaid," the judge said. So let's get into the video clip so we can give further context on what she said.
Jurors, Casey?
Just one thing that I've been sort of noticing as this has gone on is that there have been a couple times where she seems to be cracking a joke, trying to get a reaction from the jury, and our reporters in the room have noted that the jury hasn't seemed to respond
No, they're
to
taking
that.
their job seriously.
I mean, what do you make of that?
Humor is risky in the courtroom, especially if you go in with lines like it looks like Stormy. If something happens spontaneously, if an easel falls over, people will laugh. They're human. But it's never going to work if you go in there like, I'm going to amuse the jury. I'm going to sort of say this clever thing.
Does this not sound like another E. Jean Carroll case? A crackpot of a female finding a serious situation amusing? E. Jean Carroll joked about what she spent all her money on, even though it was a sexual assault case.
The cross-exam, boy, her responses were disastrous. I mean, do you hate Donald Trump? Yes, of course she does. That's a big deal. When the witness hates the person whose liberty is at stake, that's a big damn deal. And she's putting out tweets, fantasizing about him being in jail. That really undermines the credibility. The fact that she owes him $500,000. She, by order of a court, owes Donald Trump $500,000 and said, I will never pay him. I will defy a court order. The defense is going to say she's willing to defy a court order. Why? She's not willing to respect an order of a judge. Why is she going to respect this oath she took? So I thought it went quite poorly on cross-exam. At the end of direct, I thought, okay, they got what they needed, but I think the cross is making real inroads.
I think it's obvious by now that all these cases against Donald Trump were pre-planned. All of them, if they were legitimate, would have happened years ago, before or during the presidency. But it's all election interference because they have nothing to convince voters Biden is a good president. They are just using the same tactic they used in 2020 of just attacking the other side because they are incapable of defending themselves. The last thing that I want to wrap this video on is take a look at these two documents that are right now going viral on Twitter, where Stormy Daniels said not only did she not have a sexual relationship with Donald Trump, but she was also not paid hush money.